Peoples of the universe, please attend carefully. The message that follows is vital to the future of you all.
And yes, of course, it is vital to the future of you, of us, of all of us. Yes, well, I think about everything I say. I think everything I say is truly, genuinely vital to the universe. I do. I think it's it's a crime. It's a crime. We've been robbed as a species that I do not have a full-time biographer to record my every thought and witticism, because there are quite a few of them there. Actually, it does disturb my wife that because I am prone to a bit of a naughty joke every now and again. That could well be said to be true. I do like a bit of a naughty joke, and my wife, one thing she doesn't like is me to have a bit of a naughty joke. Well, it depends. It depends in context. I like inappropriate jokes with my children. That is very true. When they were little, I taught them where babies came from. And this actually happened. Okay, this is a real thing. I taught them to say, first you sprinkle the magic dust that calls the fairy, that flies all the way to the North Pole, that brings a stork, that flies to the mummy, and then lands in the bedroom, and then they have sex with it. And that's where babies come from. And I actually taught my kids to say it, but I had them put the emphasis on, and then they had sex with it. You know, that's what I taught them well. I have taught many children many terrible things. I taught my neighbor's kids, this is true. I taught them to say white power. I said, white power. No, please, I disavow any racist group, but I did do that because they were little and it was funny, and it's just one of the things I did. Yeah, so I do like a naughty joke. What was that I got in trouble for this week? Normally on Sabbath, that's when I get in trouble. Normally on Sabbath I get in trouble because on Sabbath, I come home from synagogue pretty early. Like I go to the early group, which starts freaking too early now. It used to start 7:30, right? And the one in the weekday 7:15, but now they push it back to 7:00 because they can only have the prayer groups in one sodding room because it connects to the outdoors. Because you can only have like 10 people inside, and then outside they got to be distanced by 2 minutes. Oh man, that's such a pain in the ass. So anyway, they moved us back from 7:30 to 7, and we finished well in time for the next group. Like we could move to 7:15 easily and comfortably. So yeah. So I come home from synagogue, and then my daughter normally sleeps on the couch. Couches now, we have very comfy. The Lebeckin household likes comfort. Okay, that's pretty true. Lebeckin house does enjoy its comfort. So we're lounging on couches. My wife's normally been up for a while. She's like having a bit of nap on couch reading. My son, who was also slept on the couch, a 17-year-old, we're just trying to wake him up now and get him off to synagogue, to the next to the next prayer group, whatever it's called a minyan. So then we sit on the couches together, and I normally I get a bite to eat, I make a tea, whatever, have a snack or two, snack it, and then conversation doth ensue. I normally try and read Doctor Who magazine or something at that point. Then conversation doth ensue, right? And normally I get in trouble. Normally I get in trouble. It's gonna be easy to get in trouble when my kids are married, because then I can go to my daughter, my son-in-law said, "So you had sex with my daughter last night? How was it?" See, that still seems relatively uncomfortable. Okay, the most uncomfortable meeting, we talked about this in detail in my house. The most uncomfortable meeting there could possibly be is if, and you're only going to understand this if you're a straight cis male father. Okay, so there's not many of you out there. If you're a straight cis male father, you'll understand this. That your son is gay, right? And you're accepting, you're darling, you're okay, you love your son, you're accepting of him, he's gay. And you're like, you're a bit skittish with it, but fine, okay? You're not going to be fine. You're doing your best. And then he brings home his boyfriend, his lover, right? The person who he looks at when he makes love, when he the height of his eroticism. You know, your son, right? And he looks just like you. And he looks like a young version of you. That's gotta be the most uncomfortable meeting in the world. Please let me know in the chat when I get there. Fine, I think I should start looking at the chat. Who is here? I should have said hello. Darren M. Wow, you Canadians are up early. Good morning. Can I see you? Canada. You're like it's like 7 a.m. for you, isn't it? No, it's 9. You're on the East Coast. Hello, Daniel. For you, it's 5. You got it easy. You're still hyped for the Ninth Doctor Adventure. Well, yeah, that is exciting. We are going to have 12 months of Ninth Doctor Adventures. It's very exciting, actually. It's for me, look, it really depends. I'll get into this later on the show, but for me, it really depends on who's writing it and the direction and if they can resist going woke. You know, can they resist? Okay, here's the thing. Big Finish. You done it. We've heard you. Please don't do it anymore, okay? This is the one trope I'm really finished with. The stunning and brave, tough, no-nonsense female from a future society who is trans, where everybody is trans and bi, okay? Yeah, I can't. Just stop. Over 3 in a row. 3 in a row. Thank God, was it the last one, Time Apart, I could give a good review to. I was very happy about that. But I mean, it's really all dependent on who's going to be writing it, who else is there, where's it set in the Doctor's timeline? You know, that's a good question. Like, see, the thing I liked about the Ninth Doctor was his arc, right? He started off a bit bonkers, you know, you'll say, like, I mean, that performance was just like, ah! I mean, I recently rewatched the Ninth Doctor era. And that performance is very jarring. I mean, it's shameless. It's shameless meets Doctor Who, which is a really interesting combination. I wonder if Russell T Davies knew that. You know, I would love to ask him that. I'd love to interview Russell T Davies. Oh man. Yeah, I keep writing to people and nobody ever answers. But oh my god! So I wanted to interview the guy. Was it Harry Lloyd from Brave New World? You haven't seen Brave New World? Best new show. I'm saying it's as good as The Prisoner. Okay, that's how good. I know that's a bold statement. Freaking incredible. You've got to watch the show. I mean, you've got, like, I'm supposed to watch Star Wars tonight for Video Vault. We're recording it tomorrow. And this special Lebeck director's cut. I've taken all my favorite bits, and edited them together into one super cut. So, like, unfortunately, the scene that had to go was the Han Solo meeting Jabba the Hutt. Not because I disliked the idea. I did like it. But the big problem with that is, as Han Solo walks behind Jabba, he has to walk on his tail. So they kind of animate him so it looks like he's walking down. It doesn't work. It does not realistic. It looks stupid, and they met with like a stupid animation and music stuff. It's just stupid. It doesn't work at bloody all. But I like the meeting, right? I thought it was a cool idea. So, you know, Jabba should be a life-size hologram. Life-size hologram. Han could then walk bloody through him. What else do you want, Lucasfilm? Well, Kathleen Kennedy, you can have that. Okay, we'll call it quits. Yes, it's a special Lebeck cut, but it's got to have a lot of the CGI, you know, the updated special effects in. Han does shoot first. Oh boy, does Han shoot first? But also got anything I really love. I really absolutely adore the updated lightsaber fight with Ben Kenobi and Darth Vader, because then it all fits together. Then it works. Then all they got to do is update the Luke Skywalker lightsaber rescue of Han Solo in Return of the Jedi, because that his moves a bit. They're a little bit like. I mean, it's not as bad as Alec Guinness. Like, yeah, it's not as bad as that, but it's up there, wasn't it? Somebody just sent me a message. Okay, that's nothing to do with anything. That's good to know. Let me just close that down, and we're over here. Fine. Yeah, I'm on to Daniel Leach. I'm on to the second guy. I haven't got very far. Tanaso, how are you? Good afternoon for good evening, good afternoon. How are you? Colin, I need your address. You won Spider-Man, I believe. I need to send it to you. I haven't sent anything out yet, but I'm getting everything packaged up. And Colin P. Smith, you're here as well. I need your address. Starry-eyed Gold. Oh, you are here. I'm sorry. I jumped over Andrew Hall. I actually feel very guilty. I'm terribly sorry. Jumped in. Oh, man. And you came from Az's stream. Now I just feel really guilty. Well, thank you. I hope you're still here. It was about, what, half hour ago? 13 minutes. Not so bad. Starry-eyed Girl, how are you? I do hope you're joining us. I hope you're able to join us for Video Vault tomorrow night. I'm almost positive that the week after is going to be a foreign language film, which I really want you to see. I really, really want you to see it. So I hope you jump into that as well. You've probably seen it already. You got very good taste. Colin, so I need your email address. Here's the disaster area. Good afternoon. How are you? As I always say, my 17-year-old son, if he had a superhero name, it would be disaster area. So, okay, this is what I'm not even joking here. Again, this is what it was like when he was like 12. Okay, and yeah, this is a fair impersonation. Okay, his name's Arya. Arya, take the ball outside. Yeah, the ball. Yeah, take it outside. Yeah, take the ball outside. No, outside. No, the ball, take it outside. No, take it out there. Good. Yeah, no, outside. Take the ball outside. That's good, thank you. No, don't bring it back in. No. Now take it outside. The ball, take the ball outside. No. That's not outside, is it? Okay, that's what he's like. Okay, and it's not maliciously, but that's just what he's like. Oh, sorry, you were a little bit on Parler. Thank you. I just started using it. It was like really today. They verified me today. I had to send in my passport, which I because it's out of date, so I figured it would never work, but it did. So. That's good. I got to get my passport renewed. So who else there? Daniel, we said hello to you. Time Mechanic is always here to have a temporal engineer in case of emergency. Who knows what could happen? Who knows what they're saying? Speaking of which, what's it called again? Who's the name of the people who's doing the Candy? No, not Candy Jar Press. Who's ever doing the Lytton comic? They did a really smart thing. They did a really, really smart. Who is the name of that? Okay, fine. Now I got to look it up. Lytton comic. They did a really stupid thing as well. That they launched it on Indiegogo on Kickstarter, right? Because they launched it on Kickstarter. There's no way I can support it, right? There's a hard boycott for me, you know. And I'm not even sure I would get this, but it's still. It's a block. You don't want to block. Oh God, now they're showing like interesting stuff, extras you can get. Wow. Okay, fine. You know what, guys? I'm going to show you the even though I do not support. What's the word again? Kickstarter. I wish you the comic. Because I wish them all the best. I really do. No. So when it comes out, not Kickstarter, I'll be getting this. But now, look at these little teasers. Look at this artwork you can get. I'm like, oh, okay, that's pretty good. Yeah, Orsini, I kind of like. I like that. Who did that? Adrian Salmon. I thought it was Adrian Salmon. Pretty nice. Okay, so for me, that's nice. But so what's the name of the Peter Boot was doing this? Cutaway Comics, right? So they did. This artwork just doesn't look that good to me anyway. To tell you, look. I mean, honestly, as somebody who's produced comics before, geez, this is not good. I mean, really, I wish them the best, but geez, that's really not. Cover was great, yeah. I mean, the cover's really good, but I like that stuff, right? That's good. But, yeah, the cover is nice, right? Still a bit amateurish. It's kind of like the comics I was doing in the 90s. You know, like as I tell you, why are digital comics so popular? Because you can make a really good product on them, and it's much easier, much easier. So, anyways, but their smart move they did. This was their dumb move. Their smart move was Their smart move was Their next comic is Omega. It's based on the time of Omega, which sounds like it could be really interesting. First time writer though, so I'm not going to see how it goes. But doing the artwork, it makes it a must buy. I might even go to Kickstarter for this. It makes it a must buy. John Ridgway in the art. Oh my god, which ties into the competition. John Ridgway is the absolute best. I do love John Ridgway. Eastland, how are you? I hope you're having a pleasant day. Oh, that was a Colin. I said hello to you. Okay, I'm catching up with the chat. Like 10 minutes behind. That's pretty good for me. And it jumped. Ron. Just good up to you. Leonie Davis. See, had I not gone back, I'll leave no man behind. Had I not gone back, I wouldn't have said good evening to you. How are you? Paul Smith, how are you? And Derek McManus is in the house. Yotram Darkstar. It is a Darkstar, Yotram. I do agree with you. I cannot lie. I cannot disagree. I'm getting these alerts like crazy. What's going on, man? Like, did the Pope just shoot up a bunch of people? Wouldn't that be wild if that was the story? The Pope just went crazy with a machine gun. That'd be nuts, wouldn't it? Okay, I'm nearly. Andrew Hall, how are you? You're still here. There you go. I wonder if you're still here now. That was 5 minutes ago. Yeah, Chris Persia, how are you? The world's greatest wrench, Chris Persia. You really are. I remember I was doing a stream with Noel once. We were watching this movie, The 12 Monkeys, and we had the stupidest idea ever, right? The stupidest idea was we're going to say, hey, let's play the movie in the background. I bet we'll get away with it, right? And Chris Persia was in the chat going, no! And so we did it, and it was like 10 seconds, and Noel's channel was like hit by lightning. Oh, man, for a week. That was not good. Crusader. I am glad that you crusade. Who else we got? TARDIS time. What is TARDIS time like, I wonder? I bet it's rather good. Listen, do you think the Doctor has weed? Okay, here's the question. Do you think somewhere in the TARDIS the Doctor has weed? So the question is, which Doctor? Yeah, it's okay. Hartnell. Can you see Hartnell? I can see Hartnell like smoking a more like peyote, you know, like do some kind of like trance thing. I can see Hartnell doing that, right? Troughton. Again, he's got like, I can imagine him having like a like for some reason he's got a turban on. He's smoking through a hookah like a big bong. Yeah, I can imagine doing that as and I imagine it's like a marijuana hashish blend, right? It's very very high. As he's getting, I bet he would do that. Yes, yeah, and I bet he goes out and has a real laugh. And has the munches, right? Come on, Jamie, let's go to the fish and chip shop in Brighton Pier in 1973. I bet I could see him doing that. Yeah, I could. Now, Pertwee, however, Bertie will be an opium man in the confines of his private club. Let me see. Then we got Tom Baker. Yes. Oh, yeah, would you like a jelly, baby? You bet they're edibles, baby. You bet they're edibles. I bet they are, yes. Let me see. Now, would Peter Davison's Doctor Who? That is a good question. Would Peter Davison's Doctor imbibe in any, let me think. I'm going to say no. You know, I'm going to say, yeah, it's a big NO. I think probably Colin Baker didn't either, right? Yeah, they're two 80s, I think. Colin Baker, I could imagine doing coke occasionally. Not him, his doctor, but Sylvester McCoy. Yeah, obviously he's on mushrooms, right? In fact, they clearly did that in a bunch of the New Adventures, right? He dropped acid. What was that in a Kate Orman book? He dropped, I think, the Left-Handed Hummingbird, which if you never read that and you're not a book reader, which I'm not, you've got to go find that book. That is freaking awesome. Left-handed Hummingbird. That's probably one of the. In fact, all in all, are fantastic. I have no idea where she vanished to. She did fantastic, like Blake Seven fanfic, I guess you'll call it as well, like short stories. They're just like so nailed the tone. What'd she do? She did. Let me go for it. So, Left-handed Hummingbird was the first one. So that was a really good. Let's see. Seventh Doctor. Bernice was Ace in that one. I think Ace was in that one. And it's like this. What was it? I remember. It's like this Aztec god thing, like versus the Doctor. It's just weird and trippy and really cool. It's like it's the thing inside him. The villain was like the feeling that made the guy who killed John Lennon do it. Like that was the opening chapter. Really good book. Let me look her up. See what. Kate Allman. I'll take you a quick stroll through Kate Allman's work that I've read, which is a lot of it because she's very, very good. She's one of the only people I ever sent fan mail to, and that was in the it would be in the early internet. All right. Fine, happy. I'll share the screen. Yeah, see, this is what happens when you can't come to my live stream. You never know what's going to happen, but you do know it's going to be interesting, right? So, Left-handed Hummingbird, yeah, freaking awesome. Here, let me see if they have the cover. I'll pull it up. Too small to really see. Great cover, really good. Yeah, so it's Doctor versus this like messed up Aztec god. So set pieces when the new Ace ended. Terrible cover. And it was okay. Wasn't as good as Left-handed Hummingbird. That was just freaking awesome, right? So yeah, that was New Ace's final leave. Now, did she ever come back? Now I've got to look it up. See what's in it. Yeah, I think she was gone. The time about to leave. Ace chooses to stay. Yeah, okay. She knows she can't change it. Like, fine. I kind of remember it, but I really don't. Which is I think kind of a sign. It was okay. Wasn't bad. But then the third one, Sleepy, was really good. Really great science fiction. So it wasn't an AI in it. It wasn't a computer. It wasn't like an artificial intelligence. It was an artificial augmented it like had sixth sense. Like so this and I did great stuff with artificial intelligence. So anytime you had like a AI, it was always done in caps. It was called Sleepy. And it could like tell the future and stuff. It was really cool. Return of the Living Dead was pretty good. That was who was it? That was Bernie Summerfield's Bernie Summerfield's father come back. So Rebecca Levine edited this whole range, and she was good. I understand she works in TV now. I wouldn't be opposed to her taking on Doctor Who because she knows what she's doing. This was a great era you probably never heard of, right? Then Room with No Doors. That was a weird Japanesey one. That was The Room with No Doors. Was this person was experiencing like infinite time dilation. So they like a second seemed like a billion years or whatever. So I remember that part, but that was quite clever. They had Forrest and Quedge, who I really quite like as companions. And so Viola Sin was she essentially rewrote it for Ben Urich when he lost it on a computer mishap. He lost like a lot of it, and he didn't have it in him to rewrite it. Yeah, that was pretty good. That was the death of Forrester, who that came out of sequence. I just moved to America then. That must have been like 97. Yeah, I'm looking at the date. So then she moved into doing the Eighth Doctor novels when they got taken over by BBC. I think it was Virgin. It came to BBC. Yeah, the Eighth Doctor. So she was one of the early ones. Vampire Science. Good story. I liked her Eighth Doctor. still very much a very movie Eighth Doctor, right? It's amazing how far we've moved away from that now. But it was a very enemy within Eighth Doctor one. Now, by the time he got the Seeing Eye, things are a bit different. They're different. He's began to develop into his own way. And this Doctor, I think, I would say, is subtly different from the Big Finish version. He also had Fitz. Fitz was a great companion. He was and he also became a great villain as well. Great companion. And Natural History, Seeing Eye was good as well. All these were good. Our Natural History, Year of Intelligent Tigers, that was one of the least ones. Blue Boxers, a Sixth Doctor story, which is really good as well. They're all really kind of mature and layered. Imagine, if you like Mad Men, right? Imagine how mature and layered Mad Men is. And now apply that to Doctor Who. So that's what her work was like. And then she kind of just vanished. It's the strangest thing. You get some stuff, but she's so good. She was so good, and then she just really just fell off the earth. I have no idea why. Fallen Gods I got, but I never read though. Yeah, I really got to go try that. So yeah, that is Kate Ormer for you. No idea how he came up to that, but I guess we did. Ham Donny, how are you, Paul Smith? What a jump! Wait. Let's go back to here. TARDIS time. I said I looked at TARDIS time already, but I'm glad we're still there. No, TARDIS time we got into. That's when we talked about how. We've talked about which doctors would get high. So 7, obviously did heavy, serious mushrooms. That's how we got into the new invented. Yeah, he was doing peyote. Yeah, 7th Doctor, crazy stuff. I think the 8th Doctor. Yeah, I can imagine. Yeah, absolutely. Him and Charlie popped down to 1969. Yeah, they're having a puff. 100%. Oh, and so is Lucy Miller. Yeah, Lucy Miller is yes. Yeah, Lucy Miller totally having a puff. So yeah, it gets a bit down when it gets into Dark Eyes. The tiny boss. No, she's not having a puff. So that's the 8th Doctor. 9th Doctor, no. 9th Doctor, no. Maybe he'll take bad acid to punish himself, right? Again, so who knows what the 9th Doctor story is going to be? Well, we'll get to that in a minute, I guess. 10th Doctor, yeah. 10th Doctor definitely likes to smoke. 11th Doctor, yes, he does too. He found Troughton's old turban and hookah somewhere in the TARDIS, and so he's happily there. Yes, absolutely. Yeah, him and Amy Pond and Rory, yes. They're sitting in a room in the TARDIS, right? It's infinitely large, where they're all sitting on giant, very comfy mushrooms that's with smoke coming up from them, and they have a hookah. That's what's going on. Yes, that happened. 12, no. Oh no. Let me think though. Let me think. I mean, War Doctor certainly not. No. Let me think. See, the thing I like about 12 is I like 12 when he really sealed himself for me when he got to which I know a lot of people hated. Is season 9. First ever season 9 when he came out on the tank, which again I know people hate it. Freaking loved it, because at that point he became he stopped being your cuddly uncle. He was never your cuddly uncle, right? But you got that cuddly uncle vibe, sort of could have had from Doctor Who in the past. So if you got cuddly uncle, now he was your crazy uncle, your crazy bad boy uncle that your parents didn't want you to have anything to do with, right? Like when was it in the first Star Wars, which I'm probably going to watch that. What's his name? Lars. I can't remember. What's Skywalker's adopted? Lars, right? Uncle Lars and Baru, right? Yes. Okay, fine. So, okay, where was that? Now I forgot why I even brought him up. Completely lost the train of thought. Completely gone. Okay, we're talking about who gets high. Oh yeah, so yeah, he was your very bad to know uncle that your parents didn't want you to know. Yes, So now I remember how we got there. So when when Lars first said, "Oh, don't want Luke to end up like his father," now we all understand why. That makes a lot more sense now. Okay, let's get caught up in the chat. I am very behind now. Okay, let's see who we got. Hamdoni, I said hello to you. Crusader, I said hello to you. Problem being, how are you? How are you? I hope you're having a pleasant evening. Who was that? DSB. What does DSB stand for? I do not know. Andrew Hall. I always said hello to Andrew. Cabaldi Space Weed. Yeah. Ooh. That's it. Space Weed Clara. From Eroticondine. Yes. Okay, you talked me into it. See, I'm glad I slowed down and checked the chat there. Paul Smith. I said hello to you. I'll say hello again. Why not? You can say hello many times. Shalom. Shalom means hello and goodbye. It also means peace. You know what shalom really means? Why it's a greeting? It's a really cool greeting. Because shalom means wholeness. When something is whole, so when something is complete. That is when true peace comes. When two things can link up and become one whole. That's when there is true, genuine peace, right? That's why it's the greeting. That's why that's the greeting we give when we say peace. Yeah, shalom. Because there's nothing better you can wish someone, and that's why we wish it when you go away. Peace and long life. I have been and always shall be your friend. We got to talk about Star Trek. Star Trek is in deep dive. Star Trek is going down hard. Oh man, it's sad to watch. I kind of would have liked to know more about the Noah Hawley movie, because he's got quite a good. He's got quite a good record, right? I mean, he's got Fargo, which it's like first season excellent. I like Fargo more than I dislike it. It's always interesting TV, right? And then he's got Legion again, which I always found interesting TV, mostly entertaining. That last season, not so much. So like he's got a good track record. But that movie he did was supposed to be trash. I've never even seen it. I got it like downloaded. But I have a hard drive all set up, ready to go. So it's there, like ticking over me. I just haven't. There's that and Ad Astra, the two things I haven't. I also want to go see the thing called Greyhound. It's on Apple Plus. I have that. Can look for free. Trying to work out, like with the streaming services now. Okay. I got this whole thing because there's this incredible new trailer I saw. Can I share that? Or am I going to get in trouble? Raised by Wolves. Really good trailer. Like, really good trailer of a new show coming to HBO Max. I just canceled my HBO Max. Why? Because I finished Doom Patrol. That's all I had it for. And also, I didn't even get to... I've still got 2 episodes to go. I got too into watching Umbrella Academy, which... Umbrella Academy was significantly superior to Doom Patrol, right? But it's had a bit of a downward trajectory as the season went on, whereas Doom Patrol seems to be getting better. So I think they're about to meet. Doom Patrol is, Brendan Fraser is Doom Patrol, man. Without Brendan Fraser, Doom Patrol would suck. Charlotte Shields, how are you? Good morning to you. Good morning. Kathleen McManus, how are you? Owen Lars, thank you. Oh, thank you. Oh, man, that's like it. Oh, that's like scratching an itch you couldn't get to. Oh, thank you. Thank you so much. Who told me that? Kathleen McManus, thank you. I honestly, I knew I didn't get it. Fine. Okay, let's go. Leonie Davis, hello. I'll say hello to you again. Can I already go sub to Leonie Davis? You always have interesting fare on your channel. Please kindly put your link in. Stario says, I'm comfortable with Eccleston and Big Finish. He wouldn't have signed if he felt the character was going down an avenue he didn't agree with. Yeah, but maybe he agrees. Never trust an actor's sensibility, right? Never trust an actor. Because look, actors are great. We love actors, but come on. I don't want you to make me feel good. I want you to run the country, right? I think, honestly, politics aside, That's the difference between Trump and Obama, right? Obama made you feel good. Obama made you feel like there was somebody in total control, right? He was like, he was just so polished, and everything was like, oh yeah, and he's like, and he was like, made you feel good that you had an African American president. Oh, look at me, I'm so, oh yeah, and he's everything. He's like Morgan Freeman, but young. Everything's great about him, right? Oh, but like, meantime, the country was in flames. The world's blowing up, and he just made you feel. Trump's the absolute opposite, right? Trump is like best economy ever, great, like everything's fantastic, like everything's doing great, and you feel like, and you just feel like the world's on fire, So it's I think it doesn't hurt to make people feel good about, feel good about you. I think if you get that together in the package. So so look, I don't know. Look, I love him as an actor. It's worth watching The Leftovers, which has a terrible last episode, which is fantastic until like the last episode, where here's the reason why The Leftovers is such a great show, because it's a show that truly understands theology, right, and truly understands what it is to be a theologist, right, somebody who believes in a complex, higher power religious structure. It truly understood that, and you understood that through Christopher Eccleston character, who the basic premise of it is this: that it's like 2%, 3% of the world vanishes, like they just all vanish, just gone, right? And nobody knows, and so the world freaks out, right? The world freaks out, it's called again, the sudden quick. I can't even remember what they call it. So, but Christopher Eccleston was is a priest, and most people assume it was the rapture, right? These people been raptured away. He's driven crazy because he's like, what the hell? I'm a priest. I've done things right in my life. I'm not being raptured. Well, but he has that like okay. Let me explain. What it's like being religious, right? Because it's weird. It's weird, especially being a religious Jew. It's weird. I used to be an assistant tour guide in the Yad Vashem, which is the Israel Holocaust Museum, which is very, very good. So I know it very well, right? There's a picture one time. There's a picture there towards the beginning of a French Jew who's just got off a train thinking he's going to be at a resettlement camp, and it's a death camp, right? He sees it. And you see the bewilderment on his eyes. Like, so this is what that bewilderment is, because we heard a lot. Being Jewish, you hear a lot of stories like this, right? A lot of stories like this where people know they're going to die, right? A lot of people were like, I don't know why God's doing this. I don't know why God's doing this, but I guess he's got a good reason. It looks bad. Right, and that's what faith is. Right, that's what faith is. I like to a lot. Here's the thing: the higher one's faith is, the more real. Okay, if I can give a quick tour of reality. I did this on a live stream the other day, but not quite. I'm not going to go that detail. It's essentially this universe is a fiction. It's like the Matrix. And that's why I think the Matrix is hit on a real truth. I think the Invisibles as well. I was all saying the same thing. This reality is a fiction, right? It's a construct. It's a fiction. And essentially the function of faith is to see beyond that fiction, right? To see that, things may seem random, but then now from the other perspective, the other perspective is very much like Carl Reese's claim in the first Terminator, which he says, look, I came from the future. We can't have any clothes on, anything outside our bodies when we travel in time. Computers take over the world and kill everyone in the future. We just win a war. I come back in time to stop the leader of the resistance mother being murdered preemptively, right? There's no way of disproving that, right? There's no way of disproving that. But it sounds kind of crazy. Same thing with being religious. That's what faith is, right? It's seeing beyond. And the more one sees God's guiding hand in the universe, right? the more screwed up God's got to make it for you. So to make you like, whoa, to make you believe that. So but that's the thing that was really that confusion, which often comes with faith, right? That confusion when of that Jew who stepped off the train into a death camp and know he's going to die. It's like, that like after confusion, right? That and still believing in God, right? And still believing in God. That's what faith is. Still believing in God, even beyond not having a faith shaker. One of the things that really makes me sad. Like I normally watched it on Tisha B'Av, these two, but it makes me too sad, really. One is a Jeff Goldblum movie about a Holocaust survivor. And he's like, that's really good. I can't remember the name of it, but it's really good. But it's like, it's really weird and interesting. And Jeff Goldblum's, always great. But the other one is about a true story of a bunch of people in a concentration camp who put God on trial. Like if God exists, how and still, I'm not sure. I think it didn't come out good for God in that event. But I do think there are a few who were like still clung on to their faith, their belief in God. So how the hell did I get onto that? Eccleston. Oh yeah. So the leftovers. The leftovers represent his performance is freaking incredible. Like his performance is breathtaking. It's wonderful. It's compelling. And his story, especially in the first 2 seasons, oh my God, it's so compelling. It's really interesting. And yeah, it's a very slow burn, but it's a very slow burn. I really enjoy it. Again, if you're looking after something zippy, not for you. And as people have come to see in Video Vault, my taste can be a bit strange. I still like what's the name? High Rise. I've had that because that's the movie we did last week, and everybody hated it, apart from Lee. Lee, I know you didn't mind it. Oh my God, he gave me such a hard time in the comments the other day. I know you didn't mind it. Fine, but it was not well received. Okay, let's just put it. It was not well. If Dan and Noel and Ian come out hating a movie, which they are 3 different views, opinions of views of reality that I would not say diametric, but they are very different views, and they all come out hating it. That's not a popular movie, right? That's not a popular movie. So I still kind of liked it. It's not a movie. It's not a story, right? It's more of an experience. But I found the experience an interesting one. But that's just me for you. I'm so freaking behind in chat. Okay, why don't we catch up? Let me see. Have a go. Disaster area. Do you think Eccleston signed before seeing the scripts? No, I think maybe seen the scripts, but I think they definitely have a meeting of minds about what they want to do. Oh yeah, so this is my question really. When's it going to be set? Because the thing I love about Eccleston was the arc he gave was a very subtle acting job of where he was at the end of season 1 as opposed to where he was at the beginning, right? So I wanted to see where he is. I want to continue from the end. So could they make him like a not a false ghost, but like somehow like a duplicate that gets sprung forth, right? Or something like, I don't know. I would really like to see him at the end of that cycle and continue it for a year. That's what I really like to see. Honestly, I'd really like to see him. Although honestly, Jake Dubman. Like I heard the trailer for the new one. It was pretty, and he was like, yeah, okay, that's good enough for me. Although honestly, I like Jake Dubman's Capaldi voice. Yeah, and also what's his name? Bill Potts definitely found the space weed stash behind one of the books there. Yeah, he was high off. What are you talking about? Hyde, he was high off his bonds, right? That there's no other way that episode makes sense. Okay, fine. Hyde, he's sitting on top of the TARDIS, whatever. The scene before that, he's smoking a big dude, right? That's what's going on. He's smoking a big dude with space. This is what happened. He has 3 different space weeds. I have the Indicia space weed from Rotagon 9, and I have the Sativa space weed from the party world of Rexicon 7. And of course, we have from the Of course, I have a good old-fashioned Ice Warrior hybrid. And he smokes a giant doob, right? Then that episode, now watch Hyde, right? Now watch Hyde makes much more sense. I've just improved it. Thank you very much, Stephen Moffat just made that episode, which kind of sucked. I mean, even though I had a great performance, kind of sucked. I just made it better. I believe Nick Briggs will be writing at least one. I reckon Nick Briggs is in charge. My guess is Russell T Davies is a consultant director. I do hope there's some kind of reconciliation between Russell T Davies and Christopher Eccleston. Because bottom line, I believe them both to be good and nice people. I believe them to be like really decent, nice people, right? And listen, Russell T Davies, he always impressed me, not through his beautiful writing, and it is beautiful. The way he represents family. Writing is an expression of the person, and that guy just must be pure love. He's just like, so much love, and like real genuine love between people, between families, between bonds. I hated Years and Years, right? But I love the love that family had. That bond that family had. I love. One of his best scenes I think he's ever written was in A Very British Scandal. When his second wife said, listen, whatever, it's basically about Jeremy Thorpe, who was a very, very gay man who had to pretend not to be gay, which, as somebody who is religious and believes in like the whole Ten Commandments thing in there, I still think that's messed up. I think that's messed up. But he has this beautiful scene. So he has like a sham wife who he has sex with. Like, okay, I couldn't have gay sex for a sham marriage. I couldn't do it. But he does. Bless him. It doesn't probably not enjoy it. But she asked him, in the scene when it's all coming down, she says, listen, whatever it is, I'm here for you. Just tell me. And there's that acceptance of it. Made me cry, right? It just made me cry. Oh, such a beautiful scene. So writing is an expression of you. So I believe Russell T Davies is a really, really, really decent, nice person. And the other thing that always really impressed me with him is the he never speaks negatively about other people publicly, right? Like on the run up of the Doctor Who coming back in 2005, which he was so excited for. Honestly. Other than talent and love and wisdom and being a wonderful person, the thing that Russell T Davies has that Christian doesn't have, the Russell T Davies does, is a love of life and love of Doctor Who. Right? It's just oozes out. So, but he never in the round of Doctor Who, he did lots of publicity. They did a show going over Doctor Who, and he went over really ropey areas of Doctor Who. And boy, was he loving it. He didn't say anything bad about any of them. When he could have done. Now, I haven't heard that quite so much of Moffat. I heard of like fights in the background. Russell T Davies, that era, Russell T Davies, what's it called? Julie Gardner and Phil Connison. That was just like such a golden coming together of people. Fine. Leanne Davis said, right, Rabbi, I do apologize, but I have to go. So I have enjoyed it and have viewers' interesting comments. So look after yourselves and bye for now. Have yourself a pleasant evening. My only concern is that I don't want to have any Daleks. You don't have any Daleks? Oh. See, that's why I want it post Parting of the Ways, right? I want it post that. I don't know how, but I reckon they can do it. If he did, because I think he works great with Daleks, but I wanted him Cybermen. Bring John Colcher in and have him have the story with the Brigadier, right? Wouldn't it be funny? Like he takes a Brigadier on to basically a criminal activity. Imagine, again, Shameless meets Doctor Who. That's what it is. And the Brigadier who's very and Brigadier has to do something a little bit criminal. Wow, what a great story, right? Okay. Okay. I wish this story happened. I wish I could go back in time and pitch it to Barry Letts and say, listen, the Brigadier had some kind of like indiscretion or something, like he saved an alien or something. He did something nice, right? But put him in a compromised situation, and now he's about to be blackmailed by it. So the Doctor does something a bit criminal with the Brigadier, like they break into to like save the. Yeah. Oh, wouldn't you love to see that story with aliens? Okay, fine. So yeah, I have him with John Carshal's Brigadier. It was perfect. By the way, anybody whoever comes on like sorry, a problem being no, I've given you the link a lot of times to the Third Doctor Adventures, the latest ones. Really would like you to listen to it, guys, and see what you think. Like do a stream about it. It's so good. It's so good. I think they would spoil the Power of Nine's arc from Dalek. So I'm saying they're post-parting of the ways. Okay. Ow! Bollocks. That was just like, that was a super jump. Okay, fine. Wait. Okay. I'm scanning. See if anybody was talking to me, which is, please don't distract me. Again, problem being saying you can't do it Dalek. So I want to do post-parting of the ways, man. Jeremy thought was bi. Oh, really? I thought he was gay. Listen, I thought, Oscar Wilde was bi, but he was mainly gay. Oscar Wilde has 2 daughters, but he was mainly gay. What's the definition of gay? I've discussed this with my children many times. This is one of the things I get in trouble for, when I talk about these things. What's the how when do you define somebody as being gay? I would say this: if you've ever seriously considered kissing another man then I think you're gay. If you haven't acted upon it, fine. But I think you. Honestly, I've never done that. I've never gone. No. Okay. And the gayest. I will share this with you. This is the gayest moment I've ever had. Right. Was I was watching a documentary about prostitutes, as one does, and this many years ago, and they talked about what was the thing their clients enjoyed the most. What was the thing they got most gratification from? And they all agreed it's the same action. So I was like, really? And it was stimulating a gentleman's rectum, orally pleasuring them, right? Or pleasuring them, some other way. The finger into the black hole was apparently very important. And so, okay, never been there. So I was sitting there thinking about you paid a lot of money for your prostitute, right? Okay, let's say I don't want to go cheap. Okay, here's some things you don't skimp on: doctors, accountants, and prostitutes. You want to pay top dollar for all those things, right? So the prostitute said, "Would you care for a bit of dexterity? Yeah, would you care for that?" And they said, "Look, most gentlemen quite like it." I put myself in that situation. Would I do that? I thought about it, and then I went, "No, no, really, I wouldn't. Not for me. Look, God bless you if that's what you're up to, but not for me. Okay, let me get caught up with the chat then. Have you watched Rabbi? Oh, probably wants to know if Noel. I wouldn't know as well. If he's watched my version of Star Wars as yet. Again, everything you can't do Dalek stories. So again, after part. Okay, have the Meta Crisis Doctor or something. Where the hell? Wait. Okay, actually, back in. Eccleston should start from his regeneration from the War Doctor. Could do. Yeah, look, that's the other way. But he was bonkers at that beginning. So, where's the link? Oh man, I'll resend it to you. Prequel could work for before Rose. I think that's the most likely story. I think that's the most likely case scenario, right? I mean, obviously he had a lot of time because he went. Yeah, he had all the pictures from Clive, right? So he was in that top hat. Susan was so good. Susan was really, really good. Sorry, I said she's Pat Bathurst to it. That's one of the better Big Finish releases of the year, I would say. Although again, Time Apart was very good. Time Apart wasn't woke for once. In fact, let's do a bit of a round. Let me finish with the chat. I'll do a round of Big Finish over the year. Somebody said, talk to me. Where was that? Man, I really should be doing this on the other page. Oh, here we go. Okay, I'll send the links. I'll send the links when I'm done. I'm scrolling really, really slowly. And then it goes bang. Okay. Physical media is best. Physical media is best, and Disney are phasing out 4K releases. So does that mean? I think it's more likely that it means that 4K has failed rather than physical media has failed. But yeah, it's 4K. It's like, I mean, it just never really took off. To be honest with you, people were like, "Look, Blu-ray's fine. Leave me alone." That's basically where I was. I just got my Blu-ray set up. I got like a whole bunch of discs. I had a nice collection going, right? And then they came up 4K. I was like, really, like for what? For what? So yes, Time Mechanic's also saying it should start from the regeneration from the War Doctor. From the War Doctor and before Rose. It will be a character art that could be developed. Yeah, listen, it can. I just wanted to say it after Parting of the Ways. I don't know how you could do it, but I know Big Finish could certainly work it out. Was there a moment where he could have that? No, I just love that episode, Parting of the Ways. So again, that whole era, that excellent era, is very different from Tenet as well. I'm very excited to him more of it either way. I really am. It was just very different. I do think Russell D. Davies is going to be some kind of supervising producer. Fine. Okay, I'm called up with the chat. Let's do a bit of a Big Finish review of the year. 1 second. Big Finish. There we go. I'm basically up to date with them now. I'm doing pretty good. So I go share window, share screen. Share screen. It'll be a Chrome tab. We'll go. What's new? What's new is the easiest way of finding out what releases I've listened to. So nothing's come out this month. Okay, Time Apart is at the end of at the end of an earlier story. The Doctor buggered off on his own. Six Doctor and Perry Chronicle and Perry Volume 1. How before we finish it? So they at the end of it, he had a bit of a wobble and needs some time on his own. That's what this month's release was, which was good. And this is what the companion is doing at the same time. This, I believe, I'll zoom in on it. This, I believe, is supposed to be Perry post Yukanos, post trial of the Time Lord, but doesn't look it there. Yeah, 1 second. Now I'm intrigued. Let's have a look at let me see if I can find the right one. Oh, I pressed the wrong button. Wait. If I press it here, it'll go to it here. There was the range where, is this the one? I think that was it, but here, let's go back a little bit further. Yeah, this was definitely the here we go. You got this. You're right, I do. Oh, she looks about the same age. So yeah, this is after she was married to Yukano. So she's supposed to be a few years older here, but really? She looks like 19. Yeah. This was a great cover over here. I love this one, Masters of the Earth. It was good. It was a good release as well. Who wrote that one? Mark Cameron Scott. Yeah, that's about right. Fine. So let's go back. Hang on. What's new? So, anyways, this is supposed to be post Carlos Perry, and I guess this is what's going to be replacing the the individual ones, right? And of course, Out of Time, that's the one we're all waiting for. But let's do a review of the year. Starcott's part 2. I'm only on episode 2 of the first set yet, and it's getting better, right? I honestly, people hate the theme tune. It needs a theme tune. Missy was a bit painfully woke. Robots I haven't listened to yet. I haven't got to that one yet. This was Lovecraft Invasion was a decent story with annoying wokeness all going through it. The annoying wokeness is always a stunning and brave kick-ass woman from the future who is trans everything, trans and bi. Again, I'm not interested. It's interesting first time. It's not interesting 4 years into it. Time Apart, excellent episode. Excellent. This is the one of the best of the year. So let's go back in the year and I'll see what's good. Again, Stranded, same trope. Woman from the future, trans everything, right? Enough already. Avengers didn't get... what was the monthly release, that one? Stranded. Really? One sec. Wait. Oh, no, there wasn't a monthly release because Lovecraft Invasion didn't come out. So there you go. Paternoster Gang, I never got. This was I never really understood why they released the Shadows of the Sun. Okay, you made it in lockdown, but it wasn't that remarkable. Scorched Earth was pretty good. This was excellent. This was one of the best of the year. Third Doctor one. Fine. So I'm going to send you guys all a link of it. We'll do a stream it together because it's freaking awesome. I kind of like this as well, by the way, Human Frontier. I'm glad it's got a second season. I really am. It's an interesting story. Susan War, excellent one. This was mediocre. This was kind of fun. These are look, if Susan War is a 9.5 out of 10, these are 8, 7.5, 8. These are kind of fun. It's always kind of fun to hear Mavellans, and this guy does a good Mavellan. And Kenya, it's always fun to hear a bit of countermeasures. I do hope they do more. This wasn't very good. Subterfuge. That was excellent. I didn't the Donna Noble kidnapped. Didn't expect that to be any good at all. That was really good. If they just made that and put it on TV, it'll get that will get in the 12 millions. Made today, that will get in the 12 millions. Why? It's just good fun without preaching to anyone. This was okay. This was this had the sequel to the Dead Planet, the Daleks, and it was essentially Power of the Daleks with Hartnell, played by David Bradley. Captain Jack didn't get. There we go. If I ever run out of stuff listed, Dracula's Guest is the first one. It's the first one I'm going to. This was freaking awful. The Psychic Circus, absolutely awful. This whole East-based Fourth Doctor one was deeply okay. They will win the 7s out of 10. I enjoyed the 12th Doctor's, but I'm in a bit of a 12th Doctor phase right now. So, but yeah, what's his name's in it? Samuel Anderson doing reprising his role as Danny Pink, and he's very good. Danny Pink is actually pretty good when he's not being a Cyberman and being mournful, And Jacob Dubman doesn't sound like Capaldi, but he does a good performance of him. Time War I dropped, I'm just like, Gallifrey is like, I don't want to pay $30 to hear Lala Ward huff inside me. This was a great ending, Restoration of Part 3. And problem being, I know I got to listen to what's the name before we can do a thing on it. January, and we're at the beginning of the year, and with more of the East-based stuff. Still haven't listened to River Song. I'm kidding. It just gets kind of irritating. This is what they basically did 3 sets too many. If they did the 4 or 5, it would have been fine. But they ran out. They ran out of reason they're doing this. Dark Universe was very disappointing. So those releases we highlighted was with the best. Susan's War. I'll go for him again. So skip all this. Not bad. 12th Doctor, not bad. Skip that. Excellent. But you got to listen to all the other box sets. Donna Noble, that's one of the standouts. No, I'm not going to say the First Doctor. They're okay. Susan's War, Donna Noble, Susan's War. I'm not going to put countermeasures in. Third Doctor. They're the three best things this year. Yeah, better than you, Human Frontier, I'm afraid. Even though I did like that, but that's definitely a second tier, not the top tier. The top tier of these three releases. We nearly up there. This is probably one of the best. Time Apart's probably one of the best releases for individual releases of the year. So there you go. That's your update of Big Finish for the year. So now, what was on the list of things to do? I think we talked about the Sixth Doctor, right? There's really nothing else to say about it. Where's my little list? Oh, let's do the prize. Let's do the prize. Who's in the chat? We got okay. Let's see who's in the prize. Let's look. I'll show you what the prize is for next week. Okay, we'll start with that. We'll tease you up. Give you a bit of a tease, baby. Do you like it, baby? The camera loves you. So this is going to be a package. This is going to be a package of prizes. We're going to start with. This is a Doctor Who comic book package. We're starting with this, the Mark of Mandragora. The Mark of Mandragora. This is a reprint of I think a pretty significant story in the arc. It's kind of tied up and tied up where they were going, and also set them forth in a new direction. Also got Train Flight, the John Ridgway art, and Arthur Ranson. It's very old-fashioned coloring. It would have been better if they left it in black and white, to be honest with you. But yeah, great. I'm just reading it in front of you, checking out how good it is. And this, the cover is by what's his name? He did all the book covers, but he did like a comic booky version. What's his name again? They must have his name on the cover somewhere. Train Flight, no, original credits. It doesn't say. It's got to say Alistair Pearson. There you go. God. Okay. Well, it takes me longer when it's quicker for me to go through my memory than it is to find where you read it. We've written it in the credits. You haven't written it in a good place. Right. Second part of the package is another collection of Doctor Who comics. This is Polly the Glot. And this is a great one. So this is introduces Frobisher, a great companion, just breathtakingly great art by John Ridgway, colored by him, and obviously colored with a lot more love than anything else. And oh man, just look at how good all this stuff is. This is a great comic. So one winner gets all of these. Then we also have the collected comic strips. I think this is all the Martha and the 10th Doctor ones, right? This is a special they put out. Again, this is. Do they have any text stories in there as well? It must be a while ago because this is the MP3 player in the Big Finish ad for their did their audio download service. So that must be quite a while ago. Look at that phone or whatever that is. But yeah, you got scripts by was it Rob Davis? I thought they had different. But these are the Dr. Martha strips, and then I don't know how I got a spare copy of this, but this is a great thing. This is the incredible Whoop Whoop, the issue 1. This is a fanzine that's created for the love of Doctor Who comics. But look how thick that is. Look at the spine on it. And also, we come up here. It's got these fake transfers because the Doctor Who Weekly, the issue 1 had rubbed down transfers, and they don't make them anymore. So here, this is the This is the fake thing you rub them down onto. Fancy a rub down, missus? Yes, she cried. So yeah, so that's the prize. That's the prize. Let's do the prize so that we've got to think of a hashtag. I know exactly the hashtag. Hashtag's easy. So the prize is this incredible Judgde Dredd graphic novel, hardback graphic novel, America. One of the greatest Judgde Dredd stories ever told, and it actually goes over an arc over several several years. Wonderful art by Colin Macneil, script by John Wagner. Just great action, great violence, everything you could possibly want. So let's go through the people who have won. I mean, this is the a popular one, so I'm going to close my eyes. We're going to go Doink. Third Doctor, are you here? Third Doctor, are you in the what's it called again? The chat? Are you in the audience? If you're in the audience, you have won. And the hashtag you're going to need for the next prize is Whoop Whoop. Hashtag Whoop Whoop. I will, of course, put that in the video notes in the upcoming one. So I'm just trying to find my notes of the things I said we're going to be going over. We're talking about Star Trek because there's 2 articles that are back to back. Here we go. We'll start with this one. Okay, let me close this window and we're going to open this one. Share the screen. Bit of Chrome tab action. There we go. Is it showing? In your own time. Whoa, what's happened there? Oh, there you go. Up it comes. Fine. So Emma Watts' top priority at Paramount: figure out Star Trek reboot. Yeah, Star Trek is not in good shape. So is this a faction? Is Paramount and CBS united, or are they divided at this point? It seems to me this is the faction at what was it? The faction at what's it called again? At Paramount. Obviously, this is the faction at Paramount that have that have seen Star Trek is failing in every way, shape, or form. CBS are still like, no, everything's fine. Nothing to see here. Everything is going great. Nobody panic. Yeah, but Paramount is like, oh, what have you done? Like, what have you done to Star Trek? You know, okay, honestly, first thing they need to do, they want to bring Star Trek back, make a low-budget Star Trek show. Star Trek Continues. Get Vic Montagna, whatever his name, the guy who played Kirk. Get Scotty, because he's his grandson and he can act, and get the red-headed chick, if that's really her hair, and just do that. Do that. Even use those sets, or go to, just do that. Do a season, do 12 of those. Everyone's going to be happy. Greenlight and Axanar, get that on as well. Just get content out that you can get out quick and cheap that people will like, and that's quick and cheap. And they could probably do that with the budget of one episode of Picard, and Discovery. Why are they doing 13 episodes of Discovery? Have they lost their bloody minds? I thought they were just going to do like 6 episodes to go, nah, see, we got a 3rd season. No, 13 episodes, really? Like, okay, all that's going to happen is you're going to make yourself look more stupid because you're going to put more of your Star Trek on screen. I mean, do you remember what a dumpster fire it actually was this season 2? Like, do people try to keep up with your plots and your plot holes? It's not good. 13 weeks for this? Why at that point? So let's read this. Looks like Paramount's plan to next make the Star Trek movie that okay, what the hell? Who wrote this? Looks like Paramount's plan to next make the Star Trek movie that Noah Hawley wrote and plans to direct has been put on pause for a moment. Who? My God, that's a sentence. Okay, I'm going to say that again. Looks like Paramount's plan to next make the Star Trek movie that Noah Hawley wrote and plans to direct has been put on pause for the moment. New film chief Anna Watts, who managed the franchise at Fox, is in the process of figuring out the way to go. And okay, way to go anywhere else but where you going? Do a 180, okay? The pulse on the Hawley project, which had been been in soft print, prompted rumors that this week the filmmaker might exit, but that has not happened yet. Yeah, where are you going, mate? They're still paying you. I bet they're still paying you for keeping on retainer or whatever. So it said Deadline revealed in 2019 that Hawley made a deal on his deal on Trek. The Fargo and Legion EP was driven for his love of the original series, just like J.J. Abrams, but directed the first when J.J. Abrams directed the first installment. J.J. Abrams told anybody who would listen that he was more of a Star Wars guy, right? He kept saying, "I'm more of a Star Wars guy," over and over again. We should have listened to him. Although, still enjoy that movie. Star Trek 2009, enjoy that movie. The other two possibilities are that the Reverend Markel Smith wrote, the one that Reverend Markel Smith wrote to Tarantino. Oh, he wrote the script? Well, that's interesting. I didn't know there was a script. Oh, man, they should get listen, if you do nothing else, Paramount, somebody publish the damn script. Really? Are you out of your mind? Yeah, publish that script. We want to see that script. So apparently that was based on a piece of the action, which is when they go to a planet and they've taken on they've all become gangsters, right? They've all become gangsters. And so well, that makes sense. Tarantino's basically doing a gangster movie, but he's doing that in it's basically doing a gangster movie, but with Star Trek people. Well, okay then, that works. I mean, now I can see the movie he was going to do. That's why I try to find an image of what's his name, Chris Pine, because he was going to use the Chris Pine crew to do it, and they are just such morons. They never took him up on that. I mean, really? I mean, it would have been, you would have got a free movie out of it. Honestly, you would have got the most successful Star Trek movie you've ever had out of it. I dare say that Tarantino's movies do better than Star Trek movies. I mean, what's his name? Once Upon a Time in Hollywood wasn't a great. I mean, it's more of a, again, that would have been better as a Netflix series than a movie. It just went on and kind of meandered, but that would have been huge. Okay, and another one that was going to bring back the original cast, but they're not all alive. They're mostly dead now. At one time, with talk that Chris Hemsworth will return and play. Oh, fine. The original replacement play Chris Pine's father in a time travel narrative. S.J. Clarkson was attached to direct, but exited for Game of Thrones. Whoa, that was a mistake and a half, wasn't it? Oh, by the way, yeah, that was what I was talking about earlier. So I got HBO Max for Doom Patrol. Doom Patrol finished, I canceled HBO Max. This new show, Raised by Wolves, freaking awesome trailer. I got to get it. It's going to start 4 days after my subscription elapses. I'm like, really? So I'm thinking, should I review the Lovecraft? The Lovecraft County thing. I mean, it's just and I hate to be the one to say this now. Every time I see like a black cast, for just seems to be they're like agenderizing, I'm just bored of that. Is it a good show or not? But I'm put off from it now, and I shouldn't be put off by that. But that's what Hollywood has done. Hollywood has made me a racist, because I'm just like, every time I see that, I'm like, oh God, what are they doing now? Okay, what we're hearing is both the Hawley pick, which calls for a new cast, and might be about a deadly virus, which might feel a bit awkward given a current situation, and the Smith version, Tarantino dropped out as director, but the project, then they arseholes for losing him. Anyway, so I was going it's HBO Max. So I got to keep HBO Max. There's Netflix, HBO Max. If you're getting all of them, HBO Max is $15-16. That should be $6.99. I don't see that being better than the Peacock Network or CBS or Access. That strikes me as or even was it Disney Plus is $6.99. Doesn't strike me as being better than any of those. If they had a first run Game of Thrones series playing, which they assumed they were going to have. Oh, what's that? Let me see what I can do. Remove, add to stream. I don't know what's going on there, guys. That's weird. Is it blurry for you too? Whatever. Fine. I'll just remove it and talk then. Why is it 15? Why is it $16? It's crazy. I honestly, the best streaming service I've seen other than Netflix is Peacock Network, which I think it's got my favorite show on it of all time. Brave New World. It's worth paying a month just to see that. Tarantino dropped as director, but it still is viable based on an episode of the largely earthbound 1930s gangster setting. Might serve as the best Logan-like spin-off, which when the core franchise has been revitalized. He's not coming back. He's not. You missed him. The other one, but God, this is so badly written. The other one, but the other one might have the cleanest path to relaunch. I have no idea what they're talking about. With emphasis on boosting overseas gross market, blah, 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 blah. Star Trek continues to be a monster for the franchise of CBS, Viacom CBS. So we want to make sure they get it right. Okay. I can't read anymore. My God, it's so badly written. Fine, so let me close that. So let me juxtapose. So they're basically saying they need to change course. 180, right? 180. Everything they've been doing has failed. They need to revitalize the franchise. That's not a sign that it's gone well, right? That's not a sign what they're doing has been successful. Let's go over here. So in comes Mary Sue. Why is it taking so long to load? What's up with that? It's so weird. There you go. In comes Mary Sue and says, figuring out where to take the Star Trek movie. There you go, and I'm back. I wonder how long I was out for. Fine, okay, fine. No, it wasn't the internet. It's my browser crashed. It was the Mary Sue. Mary Sue crashed my computer. So okay, so let's recap. We had this article that said that everything that's going on in Star Trek is failing. We need to replace everything, redo everything desperately, and we need to do it right now. Everything's blowing up again. Oh my God, is Mary Sue's just made it crash again? Well, this is weird. Okay, add to stream. No, let's remove that from stream. Edit name. Oh, this is really weird, guys. I got 3 things going at once. Let me just refresh this. How do I do this now? Oh, well, okay. Guess that did the trick. Okay, the Mary Sue caused my browser to crash. Not once, but twice. So we're going to read it from my phone. Okay, that's our only option. That is insane. Now I got to. Okay, the Mary Sue. I hope it doesn't eat my phone as well. The Mary Sue. Now I got to find so. Okay, just to catch you up once again. Star Trek has failed in every way, shape, and form. They don't know what to do with it. But the Mary Sue is here to help us out. We got to do Star Trek. Okay, go. It's thinking about it. Okay, it does know, doesn't it? You are right, Andrew Holt. Here we go, and finally found the right article. Fine. So figuring out where to take Star Trek movies is not hard. Okay, fine. I've got to say this in the right cadence. Figuring out where to take Star Trek movies is not hard. Yes, in 180 degrees in the opposite direction. Imagine, oh my God, they started with Imagine. Imagine making the best movie of a series and then suddenly rethinking this series rather than continuing that path. Okay, imagine making the best movie of a series, then suddenly rethinking the series rather than continuing that path of success. Apparently, that's what's happened with Star Trek. They made what? Okay. Filled with a perfect cast of actors. That's true. To fill the shoes of the original lot, the Kelvin vs. Star Trek has been one of my favorites. I love Chris Pine's Captain James Kirk. Yeah, me too. I think he's been very good, and I love they found this stride with Star Trek Beyond. Nah, listen, Star Trek was good. Star Trek Into Darkness was pants. Star Trek Beyond was. I'll watch it if it's on, maybe if it's at the right bit, right? Listen, what's the name? I just have totally wasted, right? But now suddenly the studio has no idea what to do with the franchise. Yeah, exactly. Have you seen Star Trek on TV? The Star Trek on TV has destroyed Star Trek so much, and also those movies that you said were so successful has failed to such an extent they don't know what to do with it, right? Emma Watts, who's now the president of Paramount, is making the Star Trek reboot her top priority. She's in the process of figuring out what to do, figuring out which way to go, according to Deadline. This girl is mad about this. Putting plans that had been in the works on hold. Here's the thing. Just keep doing what you're doing. God, okay, you idiot little girl. You idiot girl. I got to check your Twitter profile because you are a moron. If that was working, they would. Oh, my God. The journey towards a full Trek movie has been a decline rather into utter. God, how long is this going on for? Oh my God! There's no way. There's no way I'm reading all this. Let's see what. I'm looking her up on Twitter though. Her Twitter account has got to be funny. It's Rachel, and of course, do not contact her or because she will take anything. That she'll take any interaction as harassment. Do not contact her in any way, shape, or form. So I'm going to go this one, Rachel Lishman, who is a blue check mark. Associated very soon. Let me just. Yeah. That's about right. Her picture is exactly what you would expect. Yes. And she's on Twitter a lot. Wow, what a shock! She's on Twitter a lot. Wow, lots of mate. She talks about the president a lot as well. Wow, who would have thought? She's got lots of Saki. What's it called again? Not gifts. The thing with the have like memes sort of thing. Okay. She likes The Office. Who cares? Yeah, it's exactly what you would expect. Oh my god, idiot woman. Tron 3. Yeah, we should talk about DC layoffs. Let's see if there's any new news by over at the DC layoffs. Just so the best DC layoff I heard of was Andy Caudry, who was basically he was the guy who destroyed. He's the guy he destroyed Vertigo essentially. So I hope that happens again. Fine, let's have a look. Let me go back into the chat because I just missed a lot. Razor Wars does look good, but there's always that thing in the back of your head that says, "Is it going to be woke?" Yeah, well, that's the thing I feel about Lovecraft County as well. Wasn't Noah Hawley the one who wrote the J.J. Abrams Star Trek? Yeah, that's exactly what we're talking about, Chris Persia. He wrote it. He was supposed to direct it, but it never happened. It's one of the things that never. We would have been interested to see what happened. Was it from saying woke? Oh, still on that. Oh my God, get off it, man. It's not good for you anymore. Rabbi, maybe the Paramount doesn't want you to show how bad things are going. And so they could, what? That could have happened. I like to say that's crazy, but no, it's not. The stream is frozen. Okay. Now the internet was down. I'm back again. It knows. It does indeed, Andrew Hall. It does know. Never read the Mary Sue from a normal browser. Yeah, it's really crazy. See, Chris Persia. You know what you're talking about. You see, you know what to warn a person about. That is absolutely correct. Bounding into comics never gives you this problem, right? There were two. I know there were two of me, which is quite disturbing because I think I would hate me. He's back again with woke. Be quiet. Get back in your box, man. Tron 3 is happening as well. Tron 3 starring Jared Leto and directed by somebody who knows who. What's going on? Star Wars is not about war. Okay, so let's. You know what? I'm gonna head out. It's I need to start watching Star Wars. And we'll send you guys the links to Third Doctor stream, Third Doctor audio, short right after I finish the stream. Umbrella Academy season 2 started brilliantly. Great opening, fantastic first episode. I love the beginning of the first episode as well, when you saw the Umbrella Academy all in battle together, and it was really it was cool. It worked well. Honestly, I'm never a fan of like origin stories, right? Like when they redid Spider-Man, I'm so glad they didn't do his origin story again. Oh, they did like in the back. I can't remember how they did it. It was a background thing. Fine. So you had that. So basically, where they are, they got dropped into the 1960s, and they got spread over a few years. So they've all developed lives where they are there. The wokeness of it is that the black character in it, Allison, is black in the 1960s in Dallas, and that's a bit different from being in 2020. That didn't seem too woke to me. I was fine with that. What was painfully woke was Ellen Page's lesbian storyline. You know how you know it's woke? This is the sign you're watching something that's woke. By the way, I had a real revelation today. This is a total aside. The back to Doctor Who for a second. What's the things that Doctor Who can never be that Terrence Dicks said? Just a passerby. How you doing? The Doctor Who said, Terrence Dicks said about Doctor Who, can never be cruel or cowardly. I can't think of two more aptly descriptive words that can be placed upon the fans of the current era of Doctor Who, right? They are always cruel and cowardly. They live in clumps together, right? They live in clumps. They only ever venture together. They're terrified of everybody else. They're terrified of each other. They're miserable. They are cruel and they're cowardly. And so that's why I think they love this Doctor Who so much. Because that they just sense that she is akin to them. She is also cruel and cowardly, but you can tell a lot by the fans of a thing, right? So yeah, back to Umbrella Academy. So they're distributed through the 1960s, the early 1960s. Diego is in, and it starts off in an insane asylum. He's got a new look for this year. He's a bit more, his hair's longer. But the best addition really is when they meet their father, their adoptive father again, Hargreaves, and there's just this wonderful fight scene between him and Diego. And Diego is kind of like Batman. They've introduced a new character. People were annoyed about her being English. That's fine to me. It seemed I had no problem with it. They elevated a minor villain to a major villain this year, and I think she's up to the role. She's very good. There's this really kooky character who's basically a goldfish. It was in a bowl, but he was in a robot body. But it was on somebody's head. That was really, really cool. I like that a lot. But it diminished as it went along. By halfway through, I was preferring the second season to the first. Even more than that, even like 7 episodes in, I was like, I really like the season. It only ever got derailed by the Ellen Page lesbian storyline. The storyline with her autistic son, fine. But Ellen Page isn't that good. That's really the bottom line. Like, especially when she's like next to the kid who plays number 5, who's just freaking brilliant. It misses very badly the violent mayhem of the first season, like the shootouts with Hazel and Cha-Cha. It really misses that. That's replaced somewhat with their the Hargreaves character being introduced. So it kind of just fizzles out towards the end, which is a shame. And it's, instead of ending on a high, it starts on a high and feels like first season started on a reasonable level and built to a crescendo. Good cliffhanger where it ended. I won't spoil it. Certainly coming back for season 3. It's certainly one of the best things on TV. Chris Peters said, Wagner character had this personal charge because Ellen Page made sure to inject her personal beliefs into the series. Exactly. Listen, honestly, actors, this is what you do. If you're an actor, look yourself in the mirror. Look yourself in the mirror every day. As this is going to be helpful for you. And this is what you say to yourself. I'm a meat puppet. I say words that other people say and put in my mouth. What I think doesn't matter. I'm not special. Every day, just say that to themselves because that's what they are. They are meat puppets. I'm sorry. You did, Patrick Stewart. You did good doing Picard for many, many years. You were great doing that. Reusing your stage actory stuff. That was great. But when you started trying to think, stop it, mate. Really? The 9/11 was a conspiracy, which is essentially what Picard was saying. That Picard just took such a insanely large crap over Next Generation, just a massive crap all over it. Not only did it take a crap over it, it took a crap over the best of it. It took a crap over Measure of the Man, which is one of the greatest Star Trek episodes ever written, where you have this guy Maddox comes along who's a scientist and he wants to make he wants to make an army of data. He wants to take data and like take him apart and basically use him so he can use him to as a template to make a positronic army of data, right? And Data's like, yeah, if you do that, you're gonna wipe my brain. It's all good. It's like, that's not happening, mate. No way. And the scientist guy said, hey, listen, dude, you're property. You're a toaster. Yeah, you don't get a say. You're not a sentient being. So you have this incredible trial with this was a season 2 episode, right? And it was just it was a season 2, I think. This was just when Star Trek was coming into its into its stride. And because Riker was the highest officer other than Picard, he would have to take the prosecuting side. He had to prosecute, and he also had to prosecute the case. So it would be a real challenge. Like he got to try and take Data down. Otherwise, Data would just be suddenly taken away, and whatever. Not good things would happen to him. And Picard was defending him. But basically, the whole point of that, Picard realized, said, no, this was, and Guinan brought it into him. Guinan was the one who was a very good character. What made him realize, no, this case isn't about the rights of one being. This is the rights of a future species of being. This is a case of slavery. Are we going to make a slave race for ourselves? And then they proudly said, no, we are not doing that. We are Starfleet. We are this is against our ideals. So it was a very wonderful, heartwarming ending. So then Picard started, and they said, screw that. We want slaves. We want slaves. Forget the ideals. Let's get some slaves, and we'll be derisive to them. We'll be mean to them, and then they'll cause a massive attack, and we'll hate Romulans. It's the stupidest thing bloody ever. Takes a dump all over the best of Star Trek. God, I hate that show. Just hate it with a passion. Kim Ellis says, when folk mention Ellen Page, I always think of Ellen Page and start thinking, oh, Ellen Page, memories. Where are we going to? As Gary from Roderick says, they pay their pay pretenders, and they need to get over them. So they do. They just do. They're not paid to think. Again, you are meat puppets. What you think doesn't matter any more than anybody else. And they just really don't say, I'm gonna close with a religious genre entertainment story about. I'm going to show you how I look at things from a religious point of view. That the Oscars several years ago, Warren Beatty gets up and he announces the wrong winner for best picture, right? So what? Who cares? That's always a good question. So what? Who cares? What I think was going on there, then again, is my wibbly wobbly view of the world. Was the good Lord is not happy with Hollywood for being vile hypocrites. I don't think, honestly, I think hypocrisy is one of the things that universally gets God irate. It's and you can always tell how much one is genuinely believes in their beliefs when you present them with their own hypocrisy. Because if you present somebody who is genuine a belief in his faith, he will be shaken with the accusation that he's a hypocrite. And if it's somebody who's doing it for show, won't bother him at all. So Warren Beatty? Warren Beatty, who was the person who announced it. He was Hollywood royalty. He was the king of Hollywood. People looked up to him and they revered him. And you got to imagine him as a king, which is how they view him, an infallible king. And they've just been spending their whole time saying everybody's wrong apart from us. Everybody's wrong apart from us. And then their king got up, the top of the summit, the primarch of Hollywood. He got up and he made an unforgivable sin. That is an unforgivable sin within Hollywood. To announce the wrong movie, it is an unforgivable sin. So that happened, and he was embarrassed, and Hollywood was embarrassed. Hollywood was shamed. I think that is the good Lord hand working, making his God, when he does intervene in this world, he does it in very subtle ways, the most minimal way possible, and making one person trip over his words and say the wrong thing. That's kind of what God would do. That's like God. If he wants to like be mad at like a nation, he will make it rain. It's all he needed to do. Now it doesn't matter if you believe in it. I'm just giving you the perspective from my insane perspective. If you're looking at things with a theological bent, which is how I do it. So there you go. That's my thoughts of the day. I'm going to leave you with. I'm going to click the end broadcast button. Is there anybody that has anything to say? What did Chris Berger say? That was spot on. Did I? Yes, they should have had Wagner go away and somehow resurrect Ben instead. Yes, spot on, Chris Berger. Can't ask you. That was kind of heartbreaking, right? But they think the show's built around Ellen Page. It really isn't. She's the most disposable character within that. But again, I'm kind of glad I got my life back again, so I can finish watching Doom Patrol. And there's a bunch of. I was just wanting Counterpart as well. Want to get back to that. Fine, yes, they are indeed paid pretenders. I'm going to click the end broadcast button. I'm going to wish everybody a good morning, a good afternoon, a good evening, depending where they are in the world. With it, starting to Picard series. It's all about androids that looked human, that were sentient, non-human looking machines, or they don't count. Seems the series is species. Everything is wrong about that show. Everything is wrong about the show. Fine, clicking the end broadcast button. It's saying, "Are you sure? Are you sure? Are you certain?" And yes, I always am. I do things with certainty. It's one of the 48 ways to wisdom. Good evening, everybody.